Welcome to the Inner Circle Show. In today's episode, we're going to speak about how Elon gave some really interesting insights in a recent live stream he did, how he's now kicking off at OpenAI and Apple. He is not a happy man right now, and Palantir have got a new UK partnership that not many people are speaking about. But before we get into all of that, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications on so you never miss an upload Monday through Friday. Elon recently live streamed himself playing a video game onto his X account, but during this 5-hour or so long live stream, he answered some questions and gave some insights into Tesla and his other companies. And we need to talk about these because as Tesla shareholders, he gave some really interesting remarks on how all of his companies could work together in the future and how actually some of them already are. He was actually using this stream as a way to test Starlink's use with Eich. He spoke about getting humans to Mars, he spoke about many other things, but in the interest of time, I'm going to keep this quite short and I'm going to actually point out some key points that you as a Tesla shareholder should know about. So this account, Gale on X, which you should follow, gave a really interesting account and summarized everything that happened during this live stream. It was quite a long live stream, as you can see. There are many things that were spoken about, but let me just run through the important things that I think you need to know. So the first thing is that Elon sincerely thanked Tesla shareholders for voting multiple times. He even said in a tweet the other day, actually, that he cares deeply about even the smallest shareholders. So if you've still not voted, please go and do that. We are not going to do a Tesla phone. So he's confirmed that Tesla are not working on nor have any interest in producing a phone. And they've said that for quite a while. There's been lots of rumors that they're going to do this, but actually it seems like they're not. However, please hold on to that because they could be. They may actually be doing something there. We'll see. He also said your Tesla will be able to pick food up for you or go anywhere you tell it. Once Tesla cars are self-driving, you'll be able to just look at your phone or play a game in your Tesla. So that's not the case at the moment. You can't just switch off completely. Obviously, vehicles are not fully self-driving, but once autonomy is solved, the whole idea is that people can just simply sit back, not pay attention to the surroundings, go on your phone or even have your Tesla actually go and pick up food for you and return it to you. Optimus will be able to teach kids anything or pick them up from school. It will support any language too. That completely changes the game, in my opinion, for homeschooling children, like completely. But we'll see. I think we're a little bit of a way off from that right now. But I think a lot of people are thinking about Optimus in quite a contained way. Actually, the widespread application of what Optimus can do as a humanoid robot, it can replace a human, is actually quite infinite. The possibilities are pretty endless when it comes to Optimus. He's gone on to say, I think everyone is going to have an Optimus, maybe one or more. Now, he said this in the past. This is a reiteration of what he's already said. He believes that everybody will have 1 or 2 Optimus humanoid robots. So there will be 1 or 2 robots per person, which then means the amount that can be sold by Tesla is a crazy amount, which means lots of revenue, etc., etc. But then he went on to say, the ratio in the future, he thinks, will be between 2 and 10 humanoid robots for every human. If we're looking at 10 humanoid robots per human being on this earth, that is crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And it won't just be that I might have 10, my neighbor might have 10. If you think about businesses, how many they're going to have, that's going to account for a lot of humanoid robots. And then I think at first it will start with people that maybe have a little bit more spare money that will be buying them. And then as they start getting adopted more, the price will come down. Talking about the price though, he said Optimus will cost maybe 20 to 30K and cost less than a car. Now I do believe that when they were first speaking about Optimus, I think he gave the price target of about 20K if I remember rightly. So between 20 and 30 seems quite, what he's been saying all along. To me, for a humanoid robot that's going to be able to do so much stuff, that seems quite a low price, but it is much easier to manufacture than a car as far as I believe. I'm not saying robotics is easy, but the manufacturing should be relatively okay to do, and it's going to cost less than a car. Moving on here, he says we are less than 24 months away from AGI, where it's smarter than a human. That just means that he believes we are 24 months away from AGI, meaning AI surpasses human capabilities or at least matches them. Do read that whole X post and I will leave it linked below. Another important thing that I've been speaking about for quite a while now, especially more recently I've been speaking about this more, is how we are seeing it's already happening, and we're seeing the ability of Elon's separate companies actually coming and working together. He spoke about how Tesla cars would get xAI's Grok functionality, how the Boring Company is actually working with Tesla, and this is very, very new information, how the Boring Company, which is obviously the tunnel digging company, put very, very simply, is working with Tesla to build a tunnel, and this is happening right now. It's happening right now. This is not a possibility. It's actually happening to transport Cybertrucks from the production line to the factory's outbound lot at the Gigafactory, Texas. This is happening right now. And I don't imagine this will stay as just transporting Cybertrucks. It's actually called the Cyber Tunnel, which is quite cool. But if you think about all the possibilities of how each of his companies could actually come and work together, he could essentially just build an entire economy. And that's what they're naming it, like Musk economy. You get the idea. But basically, if you are a Tesla shareholder, I would suggest that you start paying attention and seeing what's happening with his other companies and start thinking, okay, in the future, could this piece of technology, could this product actually feed in to Tesla? Because it seems to be a much bigger picture at this point. We're not just looking at a simple EV anymore. And they're already sharing talent, they're already sharing resources, they're already sharing technology, and I think this is only going to evolve as time goes on. I know if I had the chance to invest into any other of Elon's companies, I absolutely would without even a second thought. And hopefully one day, there'll be some sort of ETF where we get exposure to all of his companies in one go. That would be amazing. I know that you can get little pieces of exposure through different ETFs and different funds out there at the moment, but it would be nice to just have ticker symbol MUSK or ticker symbol ELON, and just have exposure to all of his different companies, maybe weighted by market cap or whatever. That would be really cool. I would definitely invest into that. Let me know if you would as well. But it's exciting. It's exciting to see how one man is driving so much change across all different companies, and they're all doing different things, and not everyone is interested in what the Boring Company is doing or what Neuralink is doing or what X or xAI, but they are all feeding in together. Now, I don't quite see the link between Tesla and Neuralink at the moment. If you know what that is, let me know below. But it's very, very clear how xAI, Tesla, the Boring Company, Starlink, how these are all working together. Even SpaceX. I believe there was a guy, and I can't remember his name, but there's a guy at SpaceX that also helped design something at Tesla. This is what I mean. Sharing talent, sharing resources. It is very, very powerful. I can't think of any other companies out there that has that economy, that has that moat actually, of actually being able to pull from all different big companies where you need that talent at one time, if that makes sense. And it's not just talent, like I said, it's resources, it's technology, it's ideas, it's funding, it's everything. Very, very exciting time to be a Tesla shareholder, as it always is. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Now, before we move on to today's Palantir topics, you'll see on the screen now the planned topics for the exclusive segments on the Vault this week. So today we are talking about how cancel culture attacks again. Thursday we're talking about pronouns. Has this now gone a little bit too far? Friday we're rounding it off with the topic of, are men being creepy at the gym? I'll share my thoughts on that on Friday. So if you want to get access to those exclusive segments every week, plus extended ad-free versions of the show and much, much more, sign up to be a Vault member. I'll leave a link in the description. There's been a new Palantir partnership, a new Palantir deal. At the moment, it seems like we're getting one after the other, which is so exciting. This one I'm not seeing too many people speak about, so I want to make sure I cover it. And excitingly, it is a UK partnership. So let's get into exactly what it is. Mawson Group and Palantir Technologies unveil AI solutions to revolutionize STEM recruitment. This appears to be a new partnership. I can't see that Palantir have previously worked with the Mawson Group anywhere. Maybe they have, but I can't find that information. So I believe this to be a brand new partnership. And the Mawson Group is actually a UK founded company that has a 50-year history. They have built a good reputation for themselves as a recruitment agency focusing on STEM, and they operate in the UK, the US, and in Canada. So before we talk about what Palantir is actually doing as part of this partnership, we need to rewind a little bit. We need to look at the bigger picture and actually discuss what the problem was that Palantir is then coming in to solve. So there is still high demand to actually fill STEM-related job openings, but there does seem to be a little bit of a disconnect. There seems to be a little bit of a challenge in actually finding and retaining high talent individuals in this area in particular. And they've highlighted that the traditional recruitment methods that were being used are actually falling short. They're not doing the job anymore. So roll in Palantir. Palantir are going to come in and actually bridge that gap by utilizing AI. The whole idea is that AI will actually help streamline and enhance the recruitment process. This is then meant to allow businesses access to a wider pool of ready and fit talent. So there are a few ways in which Palantir will actually be helping. Number one, data-driven recruitment decisions. We know that businesses work best. They get the best outcomes when they're actually making decisions based on their data in real time. Number two, AI enhanced candidate evaluation. Number three, enhanced communication and candidate experience. Reading through the article here that announced this partnership, we can see here that it says the Mawson Palantir Partnership provides businesses with the opportunity to enhance their recruitment strategies using AI-driven insights. These insights empower recruiters to make data-driven decisions, allowing them to select candidates with the necessary skill set and allocate more time to ensure a candidate is a good fit for the company culture. By redefining the recruitment process, companies can reduce turnover rates and build a more robust, engaged workforce, driving long-term success in the STEM sector. Additionally, the AI generates tailored communication highlighting specific strengths within applicant CVs and updates candidate profiles with key information from follow-up interactions. So basically what I'm hearing from this is going to be more personalized, it's going to be a lot quicker, it's going to save time, it's going to save money, and ultimately it's going to end up that more of the right people are in the right jobs. And then moving down here, we've got the Mawson Chief Revenue Officer, David, who is saying, we are very excited to collaborate with a world-leading AI partner in Palantir. Absolutely a world-leading partner. A company that shares our commitment to driving innovation and growth in the STEM market. Our joint efforts will enable us to tap into new opportunities and create positive impacts on the UK STEM landscape. So why should you as a Palantir investor care about this? It's not the most flashy contract, it's not the most exciting work, it's not the biggest in terms of revenue, although we don't really know the revenue, I couldn't find that information, but it definitely won't be as big as some commercial contracts. But we should care. We should care about each and every one of these deals that are coming in because Palantir is still in its early stages. The more contracts we get, the more momentum we build, the more the name gets out there, the more reputation we build, and so on and so forth. This collaboration is another example. It's another way to showcase how Palantir is expanding into new market areas. This is the recruitment industry. You know, we have commercial contracts popping up all the time, and whenever it comes that there's a new deal with a company representing an industry that maybe we haven't heard so much about or we haven't heard recently, that's exciting. Like we always speak about on this channel with Palantir, total addressable market is big. Palantir offer agnostic solutions. They are not restricting themselves to just one industry. So ultimately, what we want to be seeing as Palantir investors is that we just see them proliferate into all sectors. So whenever I see that they're working with someone from this sector that I haven't heard about before, I get very excited. So with this contract in particular, they are focusing on AI-driven recruitment solutions. Now that does seem quite niche, but there are many recruitment companies out there. There are many companies even that aren't recruitment companies that have a HR recruitment department that could benefit from this. So what I'm thinking here is that this could potentially open up additional revenue streams for Palantir in the future. It could lead them to new opportunities down the line, especially when they're saying that they are building several new AI-enabled products in the pipeline powered by API. And remember, this is helping them broaden their reach, broaden their roots within the UK market. We obviously had the big NHS deal that got a lot of visibility, a lot of attention, but we haven't really heard that much in terms of the UK market since then. We've had AIP boot camps run in the UK. There has been stuff happening, but nothing massive to report on. This isn't massive, you know, it's not the biggest contract, but it is showing us that they are still working to build relationships across the world, outside of the US commercially as well. Let me know which industry you would be most excited to hear that Palantir are working with in the comments below. In other news within the market, we have had quite an interesting event happen. Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference. Let me know if you watched this. It was quite mixed in my opinion. a very, very mixed event. I'm not going to summarize everything that they spoke about in that event, but basically the way that I view it is that there were some really, really positive things that were announced. Very cool features. I really liked that the calculator app that is going to be available on the iPad, and I was just thinking how useful that would have been for me when I was in university. Maybe not so useful now. I don't really see particular use for that in my everyday life, but it's a cool feature. They announced the how they're going to be using new AI capabilities to create custom emojis called Genmoji, I think. Again, quite cool. Will I use it in my everyday life? Maybe, maybe not. There were some cool things. Let me know what your highlights were in the comments, obviously. However, it was a little bit mixed. I was sat there thinking for most of it, for the majority of that event, when are we going to hear something profound? When are we going to hear something that makes me think, okay, wow, Apple is really leading the AI race? Because right now, there are a lot of players, there are a lot of companies trying to move the needle as quickly as they can with artificial intelligence. We know it. You listen to any earnings report, any earnings presentation, and every single other word is AI. Every company wants a bit of AI. Every company wants you to be wowed by their artificial intelligence integrations. So I was waiting for that because there's been a lot of skepticism about Apple and how they're a little bit behind, how they haven't been doing anything for quite a long time that's really revolutionary. And Apple is Apple. They're a massive company. They're a very good company. They print a lot of cash, but they haven't really been doing much, have they? They haven't really been doing an awful lot, apart from the Vision Pro, which, to be fair, in my opinion, didn't do as well as it should have. It flopped a little bit. Nothing's been that crazy that they've announced. Sure, they've released a new phone, but has it been a really different one to the previous version? Probably not. Have they released any incredible products? Not really. The iPhone's great, the Mac's great. I use them every day in my life. But they've been around for a while. So they've not really done anything crazy. So the big thing that they announced in this event that got the most attention was that they announced a deal with OpenAI. They are basically integrating ChatGPT directly into the iPhone and with Siri. So essentially what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to pick up your phone, you'll be able to ask Siri a question or you ask Siri to do something for you, and then you'll get the option whether or not you want to allow that question, if it's necessary, that request to be put forward to ChatGPT. If you give permission for that, you will then get an answer back from ChatGPT. And I think one of the examples shown was a recipe. Give me a fancy recipe. I'm hosting a party, whatever. Yes, I give permission for ChatGPT. The answer comes back. ChatGPT has given you, a 4-course meal with all the ingredients. Great. You can go and make that, whatever. It is going to be useful. I think a lot of people use it, and a lot of people are happy with the fact that actually Siri is getting a facelift. Because Siri, a lot of people have been saying that Siri has been a little bit useless for a long time. I don't really use Siri that much unless I have a really quick question. So I kind of agree with that. However, here's the problem. They are working with ChatGPT. 2 things here. Number 1, they're not doing it themselves. Okay? So actually what they're doing is announcing a partnership utilizing someone else's software, someone else's capabilities, not moving the needle themselves. So are they a leader in AI? Maybe not. Number 2, a lot of people have a lot of issues with OpenAI. We had the whole Scarlett Johansson thing recently. There's been so many issues with OpenAI that people have been speaking about. So maybe not the smartest collaboration in terms of giving your consumers trust. That's a problem. Elon Musk had a lot to say about this. He is not a happy man. So let's take a look what he said. He said that it's absolutely absurd that Apple isn't smart enough to make their own AI, yet is somehow capable of ensuring that OpenAI will protect your security and your privacy. Apple has no clue what's actually going on once they hand your data over to OpenAI. They're selling you down a river. So he's saying there that, like I just said, they're not doing it on their own. They're partnering with a company that not many people trust at this point. And although they've tried to make it very clear that you will get the option whether or not you allow ChatGPT to see your data, to respond to you. Ultimately, he's saying, how can they be sure that they are not seeing your data? Doesn't sit right with him. And then we move on to this. He says, if Apple integrates OpenAI at the OS level, then Apple devices will be banned at my companies. This is an unacceptable security violation. and visitors will have to check their Apple devices in at the door, and they're going to be stored until obviously that person then leaves the premise. He's willing to ban Apple devices from his companies. He really sees this as a problem, as a security breach. And then this one as well, someone said, someone said, give me a Grok phone with Grok integrated, Grok being the AI that would, I guess, be in competition with ChatGPT. And Elon says, if Apple actually integrates woke nanny AI spyware into their OS, woke nanny spyware, we might need to do that. So you remember how earlier I was speaking about how he is not going to make a Tesla phone. He said he's not making a phone of any sort. I said, remember that, because actually they might. They might make a Grok phone with Grok integrated to combat this. We don't know. That's not a proper confirmation. A quick X post when you're angry doesn't really mean that much. But it's very clear that he has some serious concerns about the privacy and data protection of this. Do let me know what you think about that. Do let me know what your thoughts on the whole developer conference actually in the comments below. And also let me know if you see Apple as a leader of AI. Now it's time to move on to the extended and exclusive segments for Vault members. So if you're a Vault member watching this on YouTube, head over to the Vault and you can continue watching. If you're not a Vault member, thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoy my daily shows, and I'll be back tomorrow with another. If you want to watch these episodes ad-free, get exclusive and extended content and a bunch of other perks, become an insider of the Inner Circle Vault. Link in the description.